In this video, I'm going to guide you step by step through my personal list of the best ChatGPT prompts for marketing and online business. My name is Alex. I'm a digital marketer and writer with Lover Fighter Writer, and I've been using AI writing software such as ChatGPT since way before ChatGPT came out. I've been using these tools since they became commercially available, and so I have a very good understanding of how to get AI writing tools to write what I want them to. And I know that that is one of the main frustrations that a lot of people have, is that they struggle with finding the right prompts in order to get what they want written, and they struggle with fine-tuning those prompts. So what we're looking at right here is my personal list of my favorite ChatGPT prompts for marketing. You can copy this list for free by following the link that'll be in the description of this video, as well as the pinned comment. And once you get here, you just go to File and make a copy. That will copy it to your own Google Drive, or you can go to Download and download it in whichever format you prefer. And I would also recommend bookmarking this page because I will be regularly adding more. As you can see, there are only 20 prompts currently, and that may not seem like a lot because I know that people are selling all these products that are like 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 ChatGPT prompts for $5. But the truth is, those are largely useless. If you have 1,000 ChatGPT prompts to sort through, you're going to spend more time trying to choose a prompt than is necessary at all. So if you just get my ChatGPT cheat sheet, which is right here, you can copy it for free. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use most of these prompts, but more importantly, I'm going to show you how to adapt and fine-tune these prompts so that you don't only get what you want written, but you get it written in a way that you are proud to actually use and satisfied with. So if that sounds good, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you know someone who you think would benefit from this content, please share it with them. And as an added bonus, once you copy this sheet and or bookmark it, you can use the links down here to join my free marketing and AI writing community, which is just a free Facebook group. And you can claim a content and copywriting consultation with this link if you so choose. Again, the link to get this sheet will be in the description. So we've got 20 ChatGPT prompts here, and we're probably only going to go through 5 or 6 of them specifically because I do have other videos that explain in detail how to use some of them. And some are quite easy to use in the sense that you can pretty much just copy and paste them and change the values in square brackets. So just take a quick look at the first 5. We've got needs and wants, which is a prompt where you input your offer, which is your product or service or your offer, and then you prompt ChatGPT to write a list of reasons why customers need what you're selling and a list of reasons why they want what you're selling. This can be very important if, for example, you are a freelance marketer or copywriter and you're looking for new hooks and angles that you can use to promote your clients' offers or services. And if you are a small business owner yourself, this can also be very valuable because while you are likely very familiar with some of the reasons why people are buying what you're selling, there might be other reasons that you haven't considered. And so this can really help to expand your perspective on that. Then we have edutainment, which is write a list of entertaining aspects and a list of educational foundations related to content topic. Again, this is a very generic one that we're not going to go through right now, but if you're looking to come up with ideas for content, this can be a good place to start. Then we have niche hunting, which is a simple prompt that can help you develop niche audiences. So for example, if your offer was a self-defense course, then you would prompt it to write a list of different types of people who would be interested in buying self-defense course with a short description of what makes them want to buy it. Next, we have objection handling, which is a really interesting one. And this is very important if you are a copywriter or if you're in sales or anything like that. And of course, if you're a small business owner, then you are probably the default salesperson in your business. So understanding how to handle different objections is very important. And so it just says, write a short, logical, and emotionally compelling explanation of why prospect name plus job title, so a specific example of someone who might want your thing, should buy social media marketing services. This should be offer. Try to make them generic. We'll just change that to offer despite objections. Keep it short and explain exactly why the purchase is wise. So in this case, you could use a real prospect name and job title, or you could invent one like using your customer avatar, for example. And then for the offer, you say what you're selling. And then in objections, you list specific objections that you know people have for your product or that people have expressed in the past. And the key thing here is that you're asking ChatGPT to come up with both logical and emotionally compelling reasons. And that's important because some people need to have the value of something explained to them logically. Others need to have it emotionally justified, and some people need a combination of those things. So you need to be prepared to handle both when you're dealing with objections in the sales process. And then underneath here, I just have another version of this prompt, which you can try, which is write a list of reasons why someone interested in product would still make a purchase despite specific objection. Then we have a SWOT analysis prompt. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's a common way of kind of breaking down a business or a specific offer's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I think I have a whole video on this, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that one. And then we have bonus generator, which is for coming up with bonuses that you can include as part of an offer. Secret agent man, which is a fun one where you look at secret reasons why someone might not buy a product. So it's kind of a more specific version of objection handling. We have who, what, why, how sales page, which is a specific sales page formula created by Russell Brunson, which can be a really good starting point if you're creating a sales page for a specific product. Got a specific prompt for Instagram captions, a prompt for elevator pitch. And then here we get into my copywriting prompts, which is the ones that we're going to look at today, as well as a prompt for turning a PLR article into a mini course, my headline optimization prompt, which my last video was all about how to use the headline optimization prompt. So if you want to really drill down on improving your headline writing, I suggest watching my most recent video. I'll link that in the description. And then I've got a prompt here for getting ChatGPT to help you write prompts for image generation, which works very well. So if you're using an AI image generator and you're struggling to get the AI to draw the type of images that you want, using this can be very helpful. And I've got a hashtag generator, which you can use for any platform. Instagram is the main platform that requires hashtags, but you can also use them on LinkedIn, TikTok. So you just say the number of hashtags that you want, the platform you're using them on, and the topic that you're talking about, which can be generic or specific. And then we have this one at the end, community engaging questions, which you can use to generate ideas for questions and posts that you can use in a community if you have like a Facebook group or a school community or anything like that. And so now that we've gone over what they are, let's take a look at some of these specifically. And the first one we're going to look at is number 16, which is the PSO copywriting formula. I wanted to start with this one because the PSO copywriting formula is very powerful. I like it a lot, but it's not one that you hear people talk about a lot. And I've actually already plugged this into ChatGPT with a quick sample. So let's take a look at that. Here we are in ChatGPT. And as you can see, I've used a version of this prompt, and the example that I'm using is from the perspective of a freelance writer who might be reaching out to me asking if they can write for my blog. And I actually get people reaching out to me all the time. Sometimes they want to write guest posts for my blog or sponsored posts. Sometimes they're offering content writing services like this, and most of them don't do a very good job of pitching their services. So I figured I would walk through a way that you can use ChatGPT to come up with something that would actually work pretty well. And keep in mind, in this prompt, I say write a cold outreach email, and in some of the other copywriting prompts, I say write a social media post or write ad copy. But you can substitute the type of content or copy that you're writing for anything you want. I just wanted to put some specific examples in there. But so in this case, we have write a cold outreach email addressed to Alex, who is owner/digital marketer at Lover Fighter Writer. Use the PSO problem solution outcome formula to pitch my ghost blogging, which helps with publishing more content faster while maintaining high quality. And the output was subject, publish more quality content in less time. Hi, Alex. I noticed that content creation can be a bottleneck, especially when you're balancing quality and speed to keep your audience engaged. It's tough to stay consistent and still deliver the high quality posts your readers expect. I offer ghost blogging services that help brands like Lover Fighter Writer publish more content in less time without sacrificing quality. I focus on creating well-researched, engaging posts that align with your voice and audience needs so you can scale your content output effortlessly. If you're looking to maintain consistency and free up more time, let's chat about how I can help. Best regards, your name. P.S. Imagine doubling your content without doubling your workload. So this is actually a pretty good cold outreach email. To be honest, this is already better than 70% of the cold outreach I get. but there are a few things that we can definitely improve about it. So for example, this right here, I noticed that content creation can be a bottleneck. That is not the way that humans talk. I don't think I've ever seen anyone say it that way, but it's also a missed opportunity because you could create common ground there. So instead of saying, I noticed that content creation can be a bottleneck, or just saying content creation can be a bottleneck, you could say something like, as you must be aware, content creation can be a bottleneck, or as we both know, content creation can be a bottleneck, or I'm sure you would agree that content creation can be a bottleneck. And that can be a pretty powerful hook for something like this because you're creating common ground. And obviously, when you do that, you do run a slight risk of the person not agreeing with what you say. But in this case, if you're doing cold outreach to try and become a content writer for someone's blog, and they don't agree that content creation can be a bottleneck, then they're not going to hire you anyways, right? Like if they already have all the perfect processes in place and they're able to create all the content that they want without any issues, and they never run into time constraints or anything like that, then they're not going to hire you anyways because they already have that in place. So this is actually a good place to do that, because the only type of person who's going to want to hire you is someone who would agree that content creation can be a bottleneck. And so you can establish a rapport and some common ground early there. Other than that, the two main things that I would change are best regards. I don't like that as a sign-off line. I would put something more like, thanks for taking the time to read this, or hoping to hear from you, or something like that. And I would also include something here about, let me know if you want to see samples of my work, or if you have a specific client that is fairly well known. You could say something like, I've published a dozen articles this year on this specific blog. Let me know if you want to see them. But other than that, this is pretty solid. And my advice when it comes to humanizing or customizing anything that was written by AI is basically just to read it, preferably even read it out loud. And if anything doesn't sound natural, or it doesn't sound like something you would say, or it's not something that you actually think and agree with, then change it so that it is like that. And that's kind of the magic of AI writing. Is it's not that it's going to write something perfect for you every time. In fact, it's almost never going to write something perfect. But when you have the AI draft this, you now have a customized outreach email, and you only need to do like 10% of the typing for it, as opposed to typing the entire thing and having to conceptualize it from start to finish. So it saves you a lot of time pounding the keyboard, and it saves you a lot of effort coming up with the initial idea. So now let's take a look at the AIDA copywriting formula example, because this is probably the most popular and most used copywriting formula out there. And it is that way for a reason. It's very powerful. It's very flexible. And so like I just did, you just copy the prompt and paste it into ChatGPT here. And then you replace everything in square brackets with what it says. So we have write a social media post using AIDA formula promoting, let's say, short form video marketing services. That's popular these days. So short form video marketing services for target customer will be maybe chiropractors. And then instead of an industry or vertical, since chiropractor is pretty specific already, I'm going to say in the greater Toronto area, which that's just a largely populated area that's fairly close to me. So we will put that in. And the way it writes AIDA is it actually puts in the attention, interest, desire, action. And so obviously you can just copy that and remove it, or you can just ask ChatGPT not to do that. So for example, if I copy this and I put this in here, and then I say, don't include the formula elements, attention, interest, etc., just write the copy. And so here you can see that it's doing very much the same type of thing, but it just didn't include that. And if I liked that one and I wanted it to remove it, I could just say reprint the last without those words. And that's kind of another ChatGPT or AI writing hack, is that when it doesn't give you exactly what you want, you don't need to start over at the beginning. You can literally just say reprint the last output, but change this. Or if you're using more like a template copywriting tool, then you can just alter your command slightly so that it says, for example, don't do this. And so this first one was written a little bit more like an ad copy. This one is written a little bit more like a social media post, and it has some hashtags. And again, those are things that you could include in the prompt. So if you wanted hashtags, you could say include this number of hashtags. If you don't, you can say don't include hashtags. If you want emoji, you can say how many emoji to use. If you don't want emoji, you can say that as well. And so if I was looking to, for example, run ads or use organic social media to attract chiropractor clients, this would already give me a pretty good place to start. And let's take a look at one more. And I am going to be making a lot more videos about ChatGPT and AI writing. So if there's any of these prompts that you would like me to make a full video about, just let me know in the comments. And if there's any prompts that are missing from this list, definitely let me know in the comments and I'll add them to the list, and I'll probably make a video about it eventually. So just leave me a comment if you have any requests related to AI writing and ChatGPT prompts. And while you're at it, remember to like and subscribe. And now let's take a look at this last example. So we're going to go with the PLR to mini course development, because PLR, which is private label rights content, which is just content that you can purchase and then reuse however you want, is a really valuable resource, but it can actually be kind of frustrating to work with if you don't understand what you're doing. And AI writing software makes it super easy to adapt and use PLR in a variety of different ways. So I'll add some links about how to use PLR in the description as well. But for now, we'll just take a quick look at this. So I'm just going to copy this command. And so you can see that we have write an outline for a course on topic, turn each subheading from the following article into a unit in the course which teaches exactly how to accomplish the concept in the subheading, and then article text. So then we just add the full text of the article below that. And the reason that I formatted this command the way I did is because usually the least expensive PLR products you can find are short articles that have like 5 to 7 headings, and they're usually pretty good quality and pretty well written if you get it from a good website like the places that I recommend. But as they are, when it's just like a short article with a few subheadings, it's not always that useful, but you can turn that content into something much more useful. So in this case, we're turning it into a mini course. And so I'll just grab some PLR content here. And this is just a fairly generic article called 6 Changes to Your Schedule to Help You Manage Your Time Like a Pro. And this is one of the reasons why PLR is so useful, because there are all types of different people who include time management as something that they might teach, right? Like I could teach time management from a marketing or business perspective. Someone who teaches like healthy living and diet and exercise habits could teach time management as a way to make sure that you're not using time management as an excuse for being unhealthy. Someone who is teaching others how to do something creative, like write a novel or be an artist, could use this as a way of teaching people how to manage their time better so that they can do that more effectively. So time management can be used in a lot of different ways. And that's why it's really good to take an article like this from PLR and customize it for what you're going to use it for. So I'm just going to copy this whole article and come back to ChatGPT and paste that text in there. And then I need to go back up here and say, write an outline for a course on topic. And this is where I'm going to specify how I want it to be written. So I'm not just going to say on time management. I'm going to say for a course on time management for freelance writers. And then I'll just hit enter. So now we have course, time management for freelance writers. Obviously, I can get it to rewrite that title if I want to. And what it has done is it's turned each subheading into a unit, and it has broken down the content of the article but made it specific to freelance writing. So the first thing that I would do here is, if I was doing this for real, is I would go through and make sure that all of these subpoints are what I want them to be, and I would tell it to change anything that I didn't like. And then the next thing that I would do is, let's say I wanted to make this into a video course, then I would say, write the full content for Unit 1 as a script for a video lesson. And so you can see it's broken it down into scenes, which I could ask it not to do that if I didn't want it to do that. And it's fairly generic, but this is pretty good. It's got a little intro and welcome, and then it dives right into the meat of the course. And you can see it actually goes into quite a bit of detail on each of those points. And so now already, if we look at this, this is Unit 1 right here. All of this is Unit 1, right? And so already Unit 1 of this course is about the same length as the entire article that I used, but I've only used the first 1/6 of the article in order to source that. So with just a few commands, I could spend like 5 or 10 minutes turning this inexpensive PLR article into an entire course. And then if I wanted to sell it as a text course, I could just use the text. Or if I wanted to make it into video scripts, then now I have video scripts that I can use in order to quickly make my course videos and get this thing ready to sell. All right, this has been the best ChatGPT prompts for marketing and online business. Remember, if you would like me to add a specific prompt to this list, or if you'd like a full in-depth video on one of the existing prompts, just let me know in the comments. Remember to bookmark this page as well as copying the list so that you can always come back to it, because I am going to be adding many more prompts to this list. And please do like, subscribe, share the video if you know someone who would appreciate it. And if you want to join my Facebook community or sign up for a consultation, you've got the links in this sheet once you copy it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.